Good afternoon and welcome to Money Health TV. My name is Jay Maddier.
And my name is Robert Thomas.
Good to see you today, Robert. For the past couple of shows, we've been talking about the pandemic and certain things and certain tools. But what I wanted to do this week is to get our audience a chance to know us. Wanted to introduce us to them, to talk about who we are, what we've been through, what we've accomplished, and why they should even think about talking to us and how we can help them. So I want to start off with you, Robert. Robert, tell us about yourself.
Okay, that's interesting that you say that. Being 69 years old, I could talk to you for the next 60 minutes, but I know on Zoom we don't have that much time, so I'm going to try to net it out and put it into categories. I actually think in this life that we all have a journey. Some of us have gifts. No, all of us have at least one gift, if not multiple gifts. So I wanted to break it down to environment, education, experience, and expectations. So as it relates to my environment, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And when I say that, I know my friends will want me to say the east side of Detroit, Michigan. They tell me there's education, and education-wise, I went to a prep school in Michigan, Cass Tech. And then I went on to get my associate's degree, my Bachelor of Science degree, and later on in life, a master's degree, MBA in business administration. As it relates to experience, I started out with a Fortune 100 company, 1,000, I should say. And that company was in Massachusetts called CompuGraphic Corporation. Worked there for 12 years, left out. Myself and two engineers, we got into real estate development because we didn't want anybody putting a ceiling over our head. So when we hit the glass ceiling, we decided to go out on our own and did some development in Western Massachusetts. And then after doing that, making money, breaking up the relationship, we in fact started a nonprofit, which I actually established and worked on for 20 years, as a matter of fact. And it's called the Martin Luther King Jr. Business Empowerment Center, which is an incubator. And that incubator housed small businesses and provided the community with the opportunity to start a business, to actually sign the front of the check instead of the back of the check, and waiting on the government to determine how your future is going to be and what legacy you'll leave. We help those small businesses get started through what back then was called an incubator. And what do they call it now, Jeff? Collaborative office space?
Accelerators, co-working spaces, yes.
Co-working spaces, yes. And so that's a modification. 20 years ago, we were doing exactly that, providing them business resources, a business library, business information center through the SBA, hooking them up with banks and growing. And at one point in time, we actually had 32 different businesses in our business incubator. We actually had 40 mailbox people who didn't have office space, but they could use it as a business address. And it was very successful in the community. And we, in fact, helped many people get involved in the Medical City project, which was a $325 million project. And our goal was to come up with 20% of that in contractors from the community. And then last but not least, most recently, I started a venture called New Americans CDC. And in fact, are now into affordable housing and doing things in the community. I retired, moved from Massachusetts to the Carolinas. I'm a pretty young, old guy in my mind. And so met up with you, and you already had your organization established. So I said, okay, let's do something with the skills that we have and make sure that we give back at this particular time in life. So that's kind of like my history, corporate America, education, experience, and now being at the point where I expect that now that I'm comfortable, not to just take all that to the grave with me, but to share with small businesses how to get started. And for those who don't want to do business, we would do some training on financial literacy to help them along.
Excellent, Robert. Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. Tell me, tell me about you.
And myself, you know, I was born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts. Went to Knoxville College. When I came back, I got involved with industrial bankers who were the actual owners of Beneficial Finance Company. Worked there, got involved with installment sales contracts, personal lending, second mortgages, collections, and that kind of started my career in that arena. Later on, I decided that, you know, everything was going towards high tech. So my dream and my goal was to get into a startup high tech company. Before that, we started a couple of ventures. I owned a couple of grocery stores. My sister and I, we got involved into a car leasing program, which is, I still have bandages from that. But I wanted to get in, you know, high tech was the thing. I wanted to get into a startup. And so I did that with Stratus Computer, who at the time was the golden child in the industry. Got into Stratus Computer, and that's where I really learned about options and investing and stocks and trading and things of that nature, as well as engineering and technology. I went back to school on their dime. It got majored in industrial engineering and manufacturing technology, but then really got involved in making money and seeing how money could grow and the art of interest and compounding interest. Got involved in some real estate investing. You know, just things were really, really going good. Learned a lot. Got involved in some other ventures. Co-owned a limousine company, and just started getting more involved in community and the working of cities and community efforts. Went on from there, retired, thought that you know, I could retire, but I wasn't as rich as I thought I was. And so that's when we met, we got together, and I came on board with Robert with the Martin Luther King Jr. Business Empowerment Center, and specifically worked with helping businesses or helping individual entrepreneurs that wanted to go into business. We had a SBA Business Information Center. With that, we provided technical assistance, we provided counseling. We worked with thousands of business. Matter of fact, over 3,000 people, clients that we have, and that was throughout the world. We work with the colleges, we work with the banking community. So it was really an experience and a great opportunity to share some of the knowledges that we have and the experience that we have to help people provide for themselves a better quality
of life. Yeah.
So we did that. We've done that for a number of years. I spent a good number, 10, 11 years there. And I went on and left and came to Charlotte, not on a good note, but my son was diagnosed with MS. So I ended up coming to Charlotte to kind of support him. Here, got involved with United Healthcare, got my insurance licenses, looked at starting some entrepreneurial ventures, but as fate would have it, when I came, it was 2007, 2008. Everything crashed. So that was it was an experience, and me being a survivor, was able to maintain and get through that. I started J. Matty and Associates, which was actually a commercial and business financing company originally. Went on from that to launch Source for Trucks, which was a transportation freight brokerage company. and continue to do those types of things. Um, what had happened was, as the economy goes up and down the roller coasters, you always got to find ways to fit in and to level out those valleys, go through the peaks. Retired now, wanted to do something in retirement. We talk about young retirees. I wanted to do something to give back, to help people in their business ventures. And what has really been near and dear to my heart is the whole financial literacy piece, how
Mhm.
to move people from living paycheck to paycheck and on to financial well-being. So I've been working with that. We're both certified financial educator instructors. We both have sat on a number of multi-million dollar boards. We've been on the boards of college. I was on the board of University of Phoenix. So those are the types of things from our experience and knowledge we want to be able to come and to bring to you